Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube video. Today I'm going to show you things that I do on GIMP. As you can see, here are some of the artworks that I've made using GIMP, and here are more artworks that I've made using GIMP, and I'm going to show you the things that I do to achieve this effect. Alright, the first thing I'll show you is image inversions. So this is the image in question that I want to invert. So I'll put that into GIMP. Then filters, go to distort, emboss, and replace the blending option to difference. Put the depth all the way down and then adjust the elevation kind of according to whatever looks good. I think that's pretty good. Alright, okay, and this is already pretty nice. I've done a lot of little forest artworks like this, but I also like to go to colors afterwards and press hue saturation. Hue chroma is another kind of good one. It's kind of similar to hue saturation, but hue saturation is kind of more straightforward, and I like the colors a little bit more than this. So by default, it's kind of on master, and so you can adjust the hue, which changes the color of the image, which is really nice. So sometimes I like to do the hue at like either end, because that's sort of returning every subject in the image or whatever to its original color. And then you can change it. That's like the middle's inverted and the outer's, I don't know, back to normal, except you'll notice that the background, which was black because this was a picture of the forest at night, but now it's white, which is really nice. I love like the ethereal kind of look that comes with this type of, I don't know, thing. So, I don't know, maybe I'll leave it at that, or maybe I'll leave it at like purple or pink. I will just do that. And then file and export to save it. Okay, the next thing I'm going to show you is another type of image inversion, I guess. So this is the image in question. Alright, filters, enhance, high pass. Replace the mode blending option to difference again. Contrast up. I'm assuming that means standard deviation up as well, or a little bit more down, depending on what you want. I think that probably looks good. And I don't know, I think this gives a very interesting effect as well, so that's why I like it. I love my colors and joy and whimsy currently. I think you can also change the colors here as well. If you go to hue saturation in the colors tab, you can get different color schemes, which is nice. I don't know, a more romantic, tropical vibe, even, or I mean, I should try to make a GIF, like, of just the colors changing, and I don't know, post that in r/psychedelic art or whatever. Anyways, I think that looks interesting. Well, there you go. The next thing I'll show you is what happens if you combine those two techniques that I just used. So this is the image in question. Nah, maybe I will rotate it. Yeah. Okay, filters. Wait, I'll show you what happens if you only use one. So, high pass filter, right? If we just do only that for this picture in particular, it looks kind of like a bit chaotic, like I don't know, I'm not particularly that into it, but I mean, it's still kind of interesting though. So instead of doing that, I'll show you what it would look like if it was just emboss as well, or inverted. You know, still not particularly like that good, like, I don't know, it doesn't really stand out to me, right? But you apply the emboss, so you invert it once, and then you invert it twice by using the difference blending option again, and then combining those two, at least the emboss first and high pass second. I don't know if order particularly matters, but maybe it does. I think it possibly might do. But this is like a way more interesting image, right? Like it's one of my favorite kind of artworks that I've made recently, just because it's like, I don't know, yeah, it just stands out to me. That's what I like. But you can also adjust, which slightly changes how it looks. And I think I like it kind of from there. But you know, I think these techniques work really well with certain pictures and not very well with other pictures. I think it has to do with how much contrast there is in your image. Like these whites are very white in this image, as you can see. And yeah, you just gotta try out like different stuff. Oh, I do wonder what happens if I change the saturation on this as well. That's pretty satisfying, I reckon. Yeah. Well, that's all I have for today. Like and subscribe if this was useful to you, and be sure to try out all of the other filters and all sorts of different combinations, and maybe you'll make something you really like. I'm just showing you these particular filters because I really like how they make my photos look. Anyways, bye bye.